Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. This month we are talking about listening as our piece of wellness. And today I would like to talk about what we hear, what we are listening to inside our head, and how that can affect, our next moment, how we are setting ourselves up for success in our next moment, with how much that voice in our head can take over, especially if it's negative. Of course, if it's positive, we want to go for that. But sometimes, and I imagine maybe if you're here listening to this, you might have that negative loop in the head of very simple things about exercising. I'm going to give an example here later about me and my, washing the dishes. There's little things that can take over, or there's little things that can feel big, and when that inner voice takes over, it can be making them bigger. So I so incredibly value my wonderful friendship with my friend Beth. I talk to her now, and she's like hundreds, I don't know how far away she is. She's 12 hours away. I don't know how many miles that is. But I think I talk to her now more than I actually did when I lived with her, which is so funny. But we have so much in common with our struggles and so much in common about how we want to get through them or how we get through them or this really wonderful freeness of sharing, ideas and things that work. And then I feel like we both have this concept of just like venting and just like letting it go. And I hope that out there you have people in your life that are like that. I am so thankful to have my relationship with her. And we recently, I'm bringing her up because we were recently kind of talking about frustration that has shown up in these little places in life, and some message. Like I was kind of probably sitting here, I didn't want to work. I'm looking for a distraction. So I texted her and she was having a hard day. She was having a headache, but she was at Walmart shopping and getting stuff done. She's pushing through. That's what she kept saying. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I have this opportunity to be sitting here in my quiet house for my hour or whatever it was in between people or my appointments. And I thought, here I am freaking complaining, and I could have a headache, and I could be at Walmart, and I could be having to push through. And it just brought in this reality check of, okay, this is not, I'm making this hard. I'm whining to myself. I'm listening to these voices um, in my head saying, working on the website is hard, or there's too much to do, or I don't know where to start. Well, yes, I do. And I do know where to start. I can start anywhere. I can start right in the middle. I can start at the end. I just have to do something. But I was letting those voices really take over, and I was losing my perspective of where I was at in that moment. And just the other day, we were venting again, talking about frustrations, and the dishes came up. And we were texting about how it just feels so good when they're done, when that sink is empty and you can clean it, and it's ready for the next day or, even that evening. I love when it's clean for the evening. But and so we were talking about this and this intention of listening for this month. I mentioned the dishes. She had mentioned the dishes and how it's just, you have to push right through and just get them done. And I thought, you know what? What am I listening to? I'm listening to this psych out in my head of it's going to take forever. They're so gross. Um, it's never ending. It's this or that or the other thing. And I decided this was two or three, maybe a little, maybe like 3 days ago. I don't know, where I decided, the kids start homework at 7, and I'm going to start dishes at 7. And we're all going to be pushing through into this place where we want to go to. We want to get done with homework. I want to have the kitchen cleaned. I want to have those dishes done. And we're going to use each other's motivation to just get started and get to this end place where we want to and get through this other situation that we don't want to. And listening to all the things that push back into my mind about how it's going to take too long, or they need my attention, or um, I need some downtime, I need to rest, this homework is going to be hard for me too. There's all these things that push back, and listening to what I want to happen uh, is taking some effort. So I want to remember that it's only going to take 10 minutes to do the dishes. It's only going to, um, be maybe one assignment that my kids have to do on their own. And they can pick, then it helps them prioritize. What can I do by myself? What can I get done in 10 minutes? And I can sit down and relax and whatever. We're all getting stuff done at the same time, so then we can all relax and rest at the same time if we wanted to. So there's different things to listen to, there's different things to focus on, and putting effort into noticing, right? Noticing and shifting, and we can put listening in there, sandwich that in a whole bunch of different places. But noticing and shifting, when I listen to what it is that is the subconscious mind pushing these thoughts into my head. So, am I gathering people? Am I gonna, text Beth and she's gonna be, oh, just do them. It'll take a minute. And I'll be like, oh, I gotta, text somebody else and find, will Teresa hate dishes? Will this person hate dishes? Like, I gotta find somebody that hates dishes. So, gathering, paying attention to, are you looking for something to feed this struggle, feed your struggle, whatever the struggle is. I'm using dishes as an example, but this could be relationship stuff. This could be financial stuff. This could be, home repairs or, pets or anything underneath the sun, vehicle issues. Are you gathering people to grow that frustration, to grow that struggle, to grow that experience that you don't want? Or are you looking for motivation and are you gathering an audience that's going to inspire you and push you into um, places where they have found a way or they have motivation or they have this better perspective? Listening to that, listening to where you're going and what you're gathering, what proof, what audience you're trying to hold. So, that's my video for today. That awareness, that listening, the dishes and how they feel like they consume me, but they really don't. Uh, so I don't know. I hope that you can apply this into many places in your life. I hope you can apply it to at least one thing in your life, and noticing. Um, this listening piece, I have found it's really opened up this extra layer, and that noticing and shifting, it really has added this extra layer, this extra, what do I like, meat on the bone, substance, this extra substance of listening, and how it can really, be this slice that I add in between. I notice, I listen first, and then I notice, and then I listen again, and then I shift, and then I notice, and then I listen, and then I notice, and it's really it's really been big for me. I hope that you can incorporate it and let me know how that goes. I love hearing from everyone. It's really great to get the emails and text messages of these people that are super special. I feel like there's these like 30 wonderful people that, this beautiful handful of people that I interact with on a regular basis. And I'm super glad you're here. I'm super glad everyone is here watching this. Please leave a comment. Please let me know how this feels to you. This is a very simple thing, and I love saying simple does not mean easy, but simple means some very basic stuff that you can apply, and it is not easy, which means, you can get this giant change in your life, this giant change in your perspective, applying this very simple thing into the routine that you have right now. So thank you so much for being here. Please leave a comment. Let me know how this feels for you, and I will talk to you again real soon.